At age 27, I met Master Joe on the Livingston College campus. I was invited to attend the class. Anyone is openly invited to attend the class. He welcomed everyone. And this was a very revealing experience to start attending something that you didn't have to pay, and you just showed up every day at 8 o'clock and people were there ready to practice. We had a set standard for the class. If you were a very beginner, you might go into group 1, and then there was group 2. So Master Joe usually led group 2, more advanced people, and maybe one of the students that had been there for a while might be the ones that were leading the other group. It's very hard to teach a class when there's all levels of people in the room. So first we did warm-up exercises, and I still love them today. There's just so many things to do. Then we did breathing. Master Joe was a proponent of the reverse breathing. And the reverse breathing is when you pull in as an inhale and exhale, push out, which is opposite your normal, average, regular breathing. So I'll talk about this later, but anyone who has GI issues and sometimes has problems in this area really ought to know a little bit about their own health, because this makes it difficult sometimes, and you think you're a failure at doing this when really it is your GI issues that are flaring up for the day. After we did our breathing exercises, we did form. And the form we started with, as I think I mentioned before, was the 37 Chen form. So I thought I would list throughout the years from 1971 to the mid-80s, we did an awful lot of things. Master Joe would bring his friends from Taiwan who came to America to visit, and they would come and try to teach us something. And I will read off some of the things that we did. We ended up doing the 108 Yang form. This is your standard Yang form that most people do if they wanted to do a long form. We did, after Master Joe went to China, and then he went to Taiwan, he came back with knowledge of Chen form, number 1, and the second routine, number 2. Wow, what a shock that was to my body, because it was a very low, deep into the ground posture. We were used to doing a very high Chen posture. So we needed to really learn how to strengthen our legs. So that was kind of an adventure, that's for sure. We did two different traditional sword forms. A 2-person sword form, a 2-person sparring form called San Chao, a staff form, which is a 2-person form, and a single form, Dalu, very basic push hands. Sidney Austin, bless his heart, he was always trying to get us to do push hands, and I was very resistant because I said I don't want to do any of this martial arts stuff. I just want to enjoy myself with this kind of exercise. It feels good, and I didn't want to be bothered. Of course, little did I know that the martial art part is really the basics. If you don't know how to really really root yourself, you're really not doing internal Tai Chi. Then we did the 24 form from Steve Rhodes and the 13 form, which was a new one. They invented at this point a lot of modern forms because most people don't want to be doing a long 108 form. It took me one whole year to memorize the long form, just in terms of each posture's names and where to move next, and that was pretty much it. I thought I was really hot stuff when I remembered the whole 108 form. Little did I know, it takes your whole lifetime to really learn it. Well, I would have to say there would be so much fun that we all had in our youth, in our 20s, in our 30s, before the Tai Chi farm. It was just an incredible experience of our lifetime. We would show up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes we'd even be practicing or doing push hands or sword or something fun, or just having enjoyable time with a large group of people until noon. And for some people, that was pretty late. Be still hanging out, working out outside. Even in the winter, we were snow buddies. We didn't have any inside facilities some years. So we were outside with winter coats on and doing everything very fast. Sometimes people in Virginia would invite Master Joe to go and teach them the two-person form. Well, there needed to be two people. So he would invite me, and we would go by train down to Virginia till Lao Ma School, or even to the Taste of China, and we would do the two-person form. I still enjoy that today. It's a 44 postures on side A and 44 postures on side B. And then you match it up and it's choreographed. You can find that on the internet.